So, this time we will be learning about tuples in Python. Like lists, which we learned in the previous video, tuple is also a fundamental data type in Python. To define a Python, we will be using round brackets instead of the square brackets which we used for lists. So over here, I am defining my tuple, which can have multiple different data types as its members. For example, string, int, float, then booleans, etc. Also, tuple supports duplicates. As you can see over here, I have duplicates of 99 duplicates of ball in my tuple. Now, if we want to print the type of tuple, let's see what is the output. So, the output will be a class of tuple. As I said previously, everything in Python, all the data types are defined as classes. We will be defining custom classes to define our own data types later. So why tuple? What is the difference between lists and tuples? So far, what we have seen, tuple looks exactly like lists. List also supports multiple data types and it can also have copies. So let's see what is the main difference between tuples and lists. So in that note, the main difference would be tuple is immutable, which means the values once declared in a tuple cannot be redeclared, so they cannot be changed. So you can assign a different tuple onto the same name, my tuple, but that will be entirely new different tuple, not this one. So you cannot modify tuple once it has been declared already. So let's see, let's try to modify a value of this tuple. So I'll try to modify the second index value, which is ball, to the value cat. Now if you see over here that this is giving me an error. So this is a type error saying tuple object does not support item assignment. Hence tuple is immutable. Now tuple has two methods. One is index, with which given any element it will return the index of the element. Pretty straightforward. So first occurrence of this element will be actually printed. So first occurrence of ball was at second index, so 2 was printed out. Now the next method will be count. So this method will count how many occurrences of any object is inside that tuple. So over here ball has occurred 2 times in my tuple, so the output is 2. Now if we do same with 99, 99 has occurred 3 times, so the output will be 3. A tuple supports addition, so you can add 2 tuples to create a new tuple. So let me create a second tuple called new tuple. I'll just put 4 different elements in it and let's try to do the addition. So my combined tuple will be equal to my tuple plus new tuple. So let's see what is the output of combined tuple. As you can see, all the elements of my tuple and new tuple had been concatenated together in that combined tuple. Remember though, this combined tuple is not my tuple or new tuple, so both of those tuples are respectively preserved. Now unpacking in tuple is very important. We will be frequently using tuples to return multiple values from any function, and then later when we call the function we will want to unpack the values in the respective variables from that function. So whenever we want to unpack a tuple, we will be using a1, a2, a3 or any kind of variable name equals to the tuple itself. So in order, the tuple's value will be assigned to the variables. Now you have to be careful that you cannot assign to less number of variables from a tuple which has longer length. Now we will convert tuples to lists. So one laborious method I will first go with is where I have created a list. Then in that list I'll create a space to accommodate all the tuple values, and that space I'll be using to unpack the tuple values. So over here, list of new tuple I have created as an empty list. In that list I'll be assigning a space. So using square brackets inside colon, I'll create the empty space. Now new tuple, the values of new tuples will be unpacked inside that list, and our list of new tuple will be the list representation of the tuple. Now one more easy method is just list typecast the tuple, and it will automatically convert the tuple into a list. Now it may happen that from a really long tuple we only need few values. So we'll be assigning first few values as variables, and the last or remaining values will be set into a string, into a list. So over here, item 1, item 2, others I have assigned as tuple, but you have to see that only 3 values I have unpacked. Now if I put a star, what will happen is item 1 and item 2 will get the first as the 0th and first index of element of the my tuple, but the star others will actually get the rest of the elements as a list. Now this is where I'll actually finish tuples. Tuples is pretty straightforward but very useful data type in Python. Thank you.